Welcome. Welcome to Enjoy Becoming. I want to ask you a couple of questions. How committed are you to you? What are you doing? And what actions are you taking each and every day to make sure that you are committed to the goals that you are striving for? You're committed to love, happiness, health, building wealth for yourself. How committed are you to your personal goals? What are you striving for? You see, these are the things that we want to tackle, these ideas within the first hour of your day. Because when you set up your first hour, then you're talking to your 50 trillion cells, and you are aligning them with your purpose. You're moving forward towards what you are committed to doing. And you're changing yourself because you're creating more synapses in your brain. Certain nerve endings are starting to connect. And then you feel aligned. You're pointed in the right direction. When you're pointed in the right direction and you're working on all cylinders, then you are unstoppable because you don't realize how phenomenal you are. Thank you for joining. My name is Duncan, and I want to let you know how phenomenal you are. You are a blessing. And today, we're going to make sure that we're asking ourselves the right questions, especially at this time of the day. We want to make sure that we're pointing ourselves in the right way to achieve what we want. Our purpose, we all have a unique purpose on this earth. And how committed are we? Well, that's up to you. You as an individual, because we are all equally created uniquely. And the fact is, your gifts are what's missing from this world. You are a unique individual, and your presence is known today by you. And the thing is, your light is shining. Some lights may be dimmer than others, but let me tell you that your light is shining. And your spirit is just as beautiful as you can ever imagine. So when I see you, I see your spirit first. And I want you to recognize you through your spirit. This body is only temporary. But the fact is, we're here to experience this process we call life. And when we experience life, it's how we respond to the experiences within our life. We have more control than what we really believe. I know that you are phenomenal. I know that you are loved. I know that you are a being with unlimited potential. And many would say that, let's reach for the sky. No, you can go beyond the sky and land amongst the stars, because that is what you are made of. You're made from the stuff of this universe. You're made from all the good things that you can imagine. You have 50 trillion cells to help you motivate yourself. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. We're getting started here just to make sure we're motivated. We're pointing ourselves in the right way, and we're talking about how committed are you to you. You see, the fact is, everything we do, we don't realize how selfish we are as a human being. Because the fact is, we do things So therefore we can see our reflection in others. When you get up in the morning, why are you getting up? You're getting up for a purpose. You're getting up, maybe it's to use the restroom to relieve yourself. Well, that's an action for yourself, right? If you have a spouse or a significant other and you kiss someone, when you kiss someone, your body's receiving endorphins. Those are the happy hormones that are released, right? If you're strolling on your phone, you're actually releasing dopamine. So the fact is, what we do in life, we're doing it for ourselves, although it is reflected through others. So the fact is, how committed are you to you? Now, even when you're doing things for others and you may be uplifting them, the fact is you still are doing things for yourself because you are in control of those 50 trillion cells. Although consciously or subconsciously, emotionally, it's subconsciously, because you don't know all the things that your 50 trillion cells are doing. All you need to know is that they're doing their job. Your body is intelligent enough to know what it needs to do. And today, there are goals that you want to achieve. And many of us, just like myself, we are afraid to take the first step. We let fear stop us from moving forward. Fear is such a powerful entity because we imagine it, right? We imagine what doesn't exist, and we manifest that fear, and it stops us. Just imagine this. If you didn't have fear, what would you want to achieve? What would you do if you didn't have fear? You need to write that down. You need to write that down. What is the number one thing you would do if you didn't have fear? What would you do in the next 24 hours if you didn't have fear? And when you write that down and look at it, watch what happens. Start moving towards it subconsciously, and then start to say, I am committed to my goal enough to move forward. And when you see what you can accomplish, you better look out. You better look out. Here's the thing. Today is day 5 of 21. And what we're doing today, we're saying we are committed to what we are doing. We're committed to waking up at 4:30 so we can be on a live at 4:45, and we're not hitting the snooze. As a matter of fact, we're waking up so that we can understand that we are excited for today. We are excited for what is to come. We are planting ourselves. We're planting the seeds within ourselves for success. We are planting our seeds for determination. We're planting our seeds to continue to build our faith. We're still planting those seeds because the fact is we are responsible for moving forward within our own life. This is our life. Think about it. When you're born in this world by yourself. And that's why I said this is a very unique journey through life, because we're traveling by ourselves. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. And the fact is, when you understand that you are traveling through this phenomenal experience called life, and you have more control of understanding that, then you are connected, right? Now, how are you connected? You're connected the day you enter this world. Prior to that, you're connected at conception, because you won the first race. And then when you exit and take in your first breath lights up your being. It lights up this avatar that you have. And when that is lit, you start to discover that you are utilizing those 5 senses: the sight, your taste, your hearing, your touch. You're able to understand and filter the world through those five senses. Now, I would say that you have a sixth sense, and that's the intuition. Those are the things when you feel that intuition, someone is what guides you, that gut feeling. So the fact is, you're able to utilize that the day you were born. And you're born by yourself, with yourself. And you didn't come into this world with anything except yourself to experience life. So to experience life, you want to understand how to do it and within becoming the best version of yourself. How do you do that? We're going through this, and I'm learning this as well. I'm learning how to understand how to maneuver through this life. And I want you can accommodate the things within your life by learning how to navigate through commitment to yourself, right? There are things you want to do, but guess what? You're stuck. Why are you stuck? What's holding you back from achieving what you want? Let go. See, that is one of the things that we want to talk about today. How do you let go of what's holding you back and no longer serving you? How can you move through and trust through the things that are bogging you down? You know, Erykah Badu in the past had a song called Bag Lady. And, you know, that I didn't understand the meaning of that song until, back then. And she used to sing, "Bag lady, you're gonna miss your bus. You have too many bags. You're carrying too many bags." And so the fact is, what type of bags are you carrying in your life today that you just need to let go? Right? What's no longer serving you, so therefore it's drawing you away from what you're committed to? Right? Maybe there's a book you want to write. Maybe there's a marathon you want to run. Maybe it's just a 5K. Maybe you want to work out. Maybe you want to lose weight. Maybe you want to try that new recipe. Maybe you want to just clean up a room in your house. Maybe you want to express yourself in a different way by being who you are, more of who you are, right? Maybe you're afraid to talk in front of someone because you don't like the sound of your voice. Maybe you're afraid because you don't know what people are going to say, and that might hurt you. So what? So what? This world has a way of making you feel like you don't belong. Now, let me tell you something. You belong. You are phenomenal. You are powerful. And you are just a beautiful being. And I'm telling you that today because there's a reason why you're here, and you need to get over it. All the fear that you have. You need to get over it and move forward towards your goal. What's stopping you? Why are you so reluctant to move forward? You see what you have. You have some gifts. Maybe you are an artist. You're using one of your five senses, right? You may be using a combination of your senses. You may be an artist who draws. You may be an artist who creates music. But the fact is, I said the word create because you are a creator. We are here on this earth to create and add more to the world so that we can experience it, for others to experience life. As we continue to experience life, let me tell you something. You are such a beautiful being to experience. Life is about that. We are experiencing life through each other right now, right? We experienced life when we got up this morning and our feet touched the floor. We are experiencing this realm called life. And there are goals that we want to achieve. There are There are dreams that we have, but oftentimes we see those dreams, but we don't see ourselves in our own dreams. We can't picture it being a reality because we don't see it. Sometimes we hold ourselves back from what we're dreaming about. If you go back when you were a kid, and I'll tell you my story. When I was a kid, I would sit on my grandmother's porch and we would watch cars drive by and say, oh, that's my car. That's the car I want. That's the car I want. And so the fact is, we used to imagine ourselves in a particular car. We couldn't drive. We were probably 7 or 8 years old. But the fact is, we would go to the store and buy a Tonka car truck that was very similar to what we were seeing. We didn't know we were manifesting at that time, but we were using this play-like imagination and having fun. We were imagining this, and what we do as we grow older, we become more in tune to this reality that we live, and we stop imagining. We start to look at what is actually there. And we start to gravitate towards the hard reality that, our dreams aren't coming true because we're not pushing ourselves towards it. We take on the persona of our friends or the folks we hang around. We take persona of the schools we attend. And then we get beat down, saying that you can't achieve this. You need to stop daydreaming. You need to stop doing this. Hey, you need to get a real job. You make sure you get those good grades so you can be in control for whatever life is intended for you. But don't think too big because then you may be disappointed. So what? The fact is, guys, I want you to dream big. Dream big because you don't realize that you have a power that is running through you that is capable of creating worlds, right? Can you understand how powerful you are? You are a being, and you don't understand, I don't understand all the things that this body can create. We can barely scratch the surface of what our mind can produce. We don't even know all the names of the hormones that our body produces and what it excretes. We don't understand it. Scientists are going through trying, and they are still discovering. They're still discovering things within our body, right? Our bodies are the final frontier. It's not what's out in space or underneath the ocean. It's really within our imagination that we are trying to conquer. That is the final frontier. Because what we imagine, we can achieve it. And nothing's too small. Nothing is too small for you to achieve. Right? Oftentimes we are guilty of thinking too small. Thinking too small. Think about that. Why are we thinking too small? Because we don't believe. We don't believe. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining because, I'm excited today because today we know we want to stretch ourselves. We want to achieve what we can imagine. We want to be the being in our dreams, right? What we're daydreaming about, it can be achieved. If there's some place you want to travel, if there's a home that you want to purchase, if there's a certain car you want to have, if there's a possession that you want that possession so that you can experience it. So think about it. You want it so you can experience it, right? The fact is, once you experience it and it's no longer new, you're going to want something else. There is a never-ending cycle of wanting. You see, that wanting is something that we've talked about before, because we want to replace that wanting with having. And that transition takes place right here in the mind. Because whether we have it or not, we still can experience it. We can experience it within our mind's eye. And that is through our imagination. And when you go through the process of almost pretending, just as you were a kid, of having what you cannot see, then you begin to expand your imagination. You begin to expand your faith. You begin to expand the possibilities. And then you will see these things show up into your reality. And I'm so happy for you, because when you're able to make that transition to understand that you are in the driver's seat of your imagination, and that you can commune with your higher self, and then you let go of the things that are no longer serving you, and you start to let go of those bags that are holding you down, then you'll begin to rise up to meet the dream that you are dreaming about, and be the being in your dream. And then you'll begin to form and take on this persona of not being recognizable by yourself, by the person that you see in the mirror. You'll begin to expand. Then the people that you hang around say, hey, there's a different change about you. What is that change? That change is strengthening of your faith, strengthening of the knowledge that you have with self. That is the strengthening of the community, the commune that you have with your spirit. And then you begin to say, I'm divine. Yes, you are divine. You're a divine traveler. You are a spirit having a human experience. And you don't realize how powerful you are. The fact is, once you take a step back and see how committed you are to yourself, committed to your dreams, committed to those 50 trillion cells that you have, then you begin to make way. You begin to move forward. You begin to see the evidence show up in your reality. And that evidence, once you're able to see it, that is the formula. It starts here. Everything you have, from the sweater I have on to the phone that we are communicating through, the book that we have here, the journal, this pen, everything came out of the imagination, and now we are able to experience it. So the fact is, I want to experience your gifts. I want to experience what you have. The first experience is love, right? We want to experience love like we've never felt before. We want to feel safe. We want to feel like we belong, right? That's the foundation. And then we want to experience more. There are physical things we want to experience within this world. There's physical possessions that we want to experience, okay? Just when we have something, we are just experiencing it. It may be from food to love to companionship. Whatever it is, we are only experiencing it. Just like when you're in your dream, there are many things that are in your dreams that if you can remember your dreams, these are the dreams that you have when you fall asleep. And if you're able to remember your dreams, you will find that you are the being in your dream. You're seeing a world through your lens. And oftentimes, when you're communicating in your dreams, you're not talking. It's all through telepathic communication. It's kind of funny, because when you think about the dreams that you have, and you are the first person within your dream, just like in a first-person video game, that's how your dream is. That's how reality is. That's how your life is. Everything in your dream may feel solid. You can touch it. You can hear it. But you can't take that solid, whatever it is, out of your dream. It stays there. You're only able to experience it. And that's what we remember. We remember the experiences within our dream. And that's how life is. We're here to experience it. And we're able to remember the experiences within this realm we call life through this physical body. And the fact is, I want you to know that once you commit to the goals that you have written down, whether they're written down on paper, on your bathroom mirror, written on your phone, the fact is they are written. You can start moving towards them. And oftentimes, when you take time to just clear your mind and sit and stay grounded within what you are achieving, there's miracles that start to happen because you are moving forward. You're taking action. You see, action is such a powerful energy. When you take action, you're moving towards something that you want. I have a question for you. How much time are you spending on your personal goals? If you're spending more than 10 minutes, put a 10 in the chat. Put a 10 in the chat. If you're spending more than 10 minutes on your goals, put a 10 in the chat. The fact is, it only takes 10 minutes for you to move forward to your goals. If you're working 10 minutes a day, that's 70 minutes a week in a 7-day period. That's a little bit over an hour that you're working on your goals, right? If you're not moving forward and working on those goals and you're spending 10 minutes, then you're working on someone else's. Yeah, you're helping someone else achieve their goals because you're not working on your own. Now, why? What is holding you back from working on what you need? Why are you not committed to yourself? Why are you not committed? So the fact is, you have to change that phrase around and say, how can I be more committed? So you open that up and say, how can I be more committed to what I want to see in my reality? How can I stay on task with my goals? What help do I need? Sometimes we need help from others, right? Sometimes we need help from the things we physically see, another human being. Maybe it's a podcast, maybe it's a book. Sometimes we need that energy to help stimulate our growth from within. I can tell you that all the things and talent that you have is within you. And you can tap into this through your higher self. And when you're tapped into that energy stream, you will see things flow. But you have to get committed. You have to understand that once you're in that frame of mind, you are unstoppable. So how can we be more committed? Is the question. Notice I said we, because we're on this life journey together. This journey we call life is only a short time frame, right? Whether we live to be 1 day old to 100 days old, it's only a short period of time. And we all know that the element of time seems to be speeding up. And we know that our elders would say that time flies. And as you get older, it gets faster. But it feels like we're in a time warp today, right? The perception of time feels so fast. We know that an hour is an hour, a second is a second, a minute is a minute. But let me tell you, it feels like the months are feeling like weeks. And weeks, years are feeling like just like months. It's going by so fast. Why do I say this? If you have something to do and you're not putting forth the effort, the time will pass you by so fast. If you're planning on building a project, don't wait. If you're planning on going back to school, don't wait. As I've always said, time is going to continue to tick whether you do it or not. Time is going to continue to move whether you move forward or not. The earth will continue to spin and revolve around the sun. Whether you decide to move forward or not, whether you're letting fear hold you back, whether you're committed to your goals or not, time will move forward and will leave you behind because you are not committed. You're not committed. If you're not committed to your goals, then you are committed to someone else's. You better believe that. You better believe it, because it is the reality that we live. You are a powerful being who has unbelievable knowledge, unbelievable strength, unbelievable amounts of love. But you have to tap into it. You have to tap into it and let your light shine. When I see people acting out of character, out of character, what does that mean? When I see people who are not acting from their spiritual being and the essence of the spiritual being, I know that they don't know who they are. They are somewhat caught up in a routine of their daily life, and they don't recognize the love that they have to express. They don't realize that they are a divine being here on this earth for a short time to uplift each other, to uplift other beings, to share in the movement of love, to share in the movement of accomplishing goals and seeing the joy that this life has to offer. I don't care whatever predicament you currently are in right now. It's so inconsistent with the way the world is actually working. You may be up to debt in your eyeballs. You may be in a bad relationship. The fact is, whatever you're going through it can be achieved. You can move out and move past whatever you're going through, because the fact is, you can depend on your higher self to help you move through this situation. Whatever you're going through is temporary. And I'm here to tell you that you can get out of it, right? You can get out of it by committing to yourself, by utilizing the tools that you have within your mind, communing with your spirit, utilizing your limbs, utilizing your body, and aligning yourself with your goals. You are unstoppable. Don't let anyone deter you from doing what you need to do. If you're in a bad relationship, if you're in debt, if you're feeling like the world is crumbling on your shoulders because of all the things that's happening in this world, you have to realize of what to let go. Let go of what's no longer serving you. And when you're able to do that, you start to, and it's not easy. If it was easy, everyone would do it. But you have to break the cycle of the training that you've had years and years and years of programming. Years and years of programming yourself. The things that you learned, they are now things that you believe, whether they serve you or not. The fact is, you are, at many times, addicted to whatever situation you're in. You are addicted, and you have to break those cycles by being committed to whatever goals you're moving forward. And I'm here to tell you, you can do it. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining me today. Thank you for joining you today, because you are committed. You are committed, and I'm so happy that you're here. And I want to say thank you. Thank you for being you. And today I want you to take the first step and moving forward. Write down your fears. Write down why you are not committed. And ask the question, how can I be more committed to what I'm driving after? How can I change my mindset to enjoy the moments that I'm currently in? How can I move forward? What tools do I need? Ask, and it shall be given from that perspective. Ask for the tools. They'll show up. You may have to read a book. You may have listen to a podcast. You may have to talk to a friend, but ask, and it shall be given from that perspective. What do you want to experience? Experience what you want within yourself, within your mind's eye. Experience as if you already have it. Once you do that, then believe it. Let it go. Right? Let it go. And then start to see yourself in the experience and feel it. Feel it with your 5 senses. And then don't doubt it. Don't doubt it. Because what you can believe, you can achieve. Thank you. That is my time for today. I want to say I love you. Thank you for being here. And I'm wishing you well in your next 24 hours. I'm wishing you well on your imagination and being able to drive towards whatever you want to achieve. Just believe it. Have faith in knowing that it can happen, because you are a phenomenal being, and I want you to just enjoy becoming. I love you.